Just picked up another private sale car, BMW 520D with the M Sport package on it. Nice looking thing, 2014 in this dark metallic blue. It's not looking that metallic at the moment because it's dirty. I need to get back and give it a clean. 109,000 miles on it. Automatic, of course. They need to be automatic, really, don't they? Really nice condition, actually. I've got the blowers on full. Yeah, the paintwork's in nice condition on the outside, the interior's in good condition. The only fault it's got is it's got a warning for the pedestrian system. And they told me that somebody bumped into the front of them in the car park, and it's been warning that ever since. So that needs sorting out. Just notice that sticking out a bit. Oh, okay, that's right. That needs sorting out. Hopefully just a reprogram might do it. We don't know, do we? But there's plenty of margin in it if it is something more serious. Drives absolutely perfectly. There is no doubting that these BMWs drive nicely. But I don't think it's for me. I think... What's it warning me? These like to bong, don't they? I think this is one for our friend Joe, a Shifting Metal. He loves these kind of things. And, you know, if I can do a retail sale every other day or so, and then fill that in, the gaps in with a few trade sales, then that actually works really quite well for me. I'm not going to get around to touching this for a long while, so I've got plenty enough of the stock I like, which is the small CC petrols. So this looks like a good bit of stock for him. I'm leaving plenty of meat on the bone to get whatever that is sorted at the front. He hasn't got to get any paint done, and I don't think he's doing any on the interior. It drives perfectly, so realistically I do think that is going to be the only prep. It should never say never though, should you, until it's gone through full-blown MOT. It's got the sports mode as well, comfort and sport. Got the multimedia system up here. History is good. I think it's missed one more recently, I think. If you look at the MOTs, it's not really been driven because the guy unfortunately is very poorly. His wife's got herself a new Cooper S, and this was just sitting around. So they're put by the Moors guys, put them on to me, and said I'll probably buy it from him. So we'll get it cleaned off, get some pictures done for Joe, and see if he's up for it. So we've done a clean up of the BMW 5 Series, done a walk around video for Joe at Shifting Metal to see if he's interested in buying it. Now, it's as important to do a walk around video for a dealer as it is for a consumer, because at the end of the day you want to be known for straight shooting with dealers as well as you do with consumers. You want the dealer to know that when they get the piece of stock up there, that they know exactly pretty much what they're going to have to put into the car in terms of prep. No nasty surprises. Sure, it's totally legal to offload cars onto dealers with problems, but you're not going to last very long in the game, are you? Next time you put a car up for trade, no one's going to have anything to do with it. Word soon gets around. So I take as much time videoing the cars in detail for traders as I do for consumers. I give them an honest opinion what I think prep is going to be required on the car, so they know exactly sort of what paintwork and what mechanicals. Obviously I still test drive them, so I can give feedback on what they might need on that front. And then of course you've got to leave them enough margin to make it worthwhile for them to do it as well, which is why we end up trading out a lot of the time good cars and keeping the problematic cars. Because, for example, we've got the Peugeot TP over there getting done. That needed paint. It needs one hell of a valet, which I've got backup in on it. That wasn't such an appealing trade to somebody because there's a lot of work to do, so they didn't want a really fat margin in it. And obviously it's hard to give someone a really fat margin unless you somehow manage to steal the car from someone, which doesn't really happen. Whereas something like this, where you can make a small margin on it, but it's appealing to another dealer because it's pretty much retail ready, those are the ones that are the easy ones to trade out. So Joe was very appreciative of my detailed video, and he has agreed to buy the 5 Series, so he's going to send his lads down to pick it up. So that is a nice quick turnaround for me on that one. I have also just purchased another vehicle. I have purchased a Navara. I'm getting quite a reputation locally for buying cars, so I get people turning up quite a bit now. But I actually know this vehicle because it's one of my customers has bought a couple of cars from me, and her partner has this one. He's always had it as his pride and joy. He always has looked after it really well. 42,000 miles I've locked it. 42,000 miles on a Navara, on a 2014 64. Near full service history on it. I think it's only because it's been done on the mileage, it's not every year. It's got the leather, the black leather, cruise control, reversing camera, sat nav, the works. Really nice truck. There is zero paint work to do on this. Zero paint work, which is pretty much unknown for trucks. All the alloys are in good condition. It is basically a service, a new MOT, possibly a couple of front tyres away from being retail ready. Really, really nice bit of kit. And before anybody says, no, it's not folding in half, the chassis legs are okay. Here you go for reassurance. They are in really good condition. They haven't really even got any surface rust. Battery's totally dead on the Freelander. I think I might have to replace the battery in this one. I've had to do this a couple of times now, to the extent I had to pop the cover off the keyless caps to get a key in. That's how you do it if you get stuck. You have to pop the cap off and get to the keyhole underneath and then take the key out of your cover. I've got a, just by comparison, old jump pack of mine, a Noco, which is fully charged and is on the boost setting, and we will see if that will start the car. No is the answer. So let's swap out to the Topdon JS3000 and show you why I use the Topdon stuff. Only on 75%. Put it in boost. Oh, if it will. What am I doing wrong? There we go. It's in boost now. So that one's only at 75% power. I might have to adjust those terminals. I don't know if I do them in the best place then. Look at that. Straight away. Straight away. Now that is why... Oh. Demonetized. That is why I use the Topdon stuff. And that's why, because I've got such a lot of cars here and some of the bigger diesels, I go for the JS3000. But I don't have time to have the car sitting here for ages getting fed power. I need to get on, because I need to go and pick up a car now as well. It has dropped to 50% from that, but as always, I shall put a link down below for this pack, the Topdon JS3000. I'll see if I can get you a discount code at the same time. If you're not doing as many cars as me, I will put a link to the smaller jump pack, which will be enough for you for everyday use. Don't forget, these things also have, do it all one-handed and chop styly, and probably drop it and melt it like I've done with this one in the past. Still works. You've got your outputs there as well, so if you want to have it around to charge up your mobile phone while you're out and about, or other devices, then it is really good for that as well. I say that's why I don't mind marketing their stuff, because I use it for the diagnostics on all the cars and it's brilliant. I use it for jumping the cars and it's brilliant. So there we go. I'll put a link in the description down below. This Swift from the Shifting Metal Challenge, where we challenge each other to buy a car at auction under £5 and sell it, has sold for the second time. But this time the deposit has been paid. Actually, no, the full balance has been paid on it. I just went down and had a second key cut on it, which was expensive. It was keyless. It was £195 for the second key. But I figured it was a bit unfair to sell the car with one key for the customer and then find out that it's £195 to get the second one cut. I guess I could have had that discussion and maybe got a contribution or something like that. But I just, I got it done because I didn't end up painting the rear bumper in the end. So I figure, what do you prefer? A bumper with a little bit of lack appeal and two keys, or one key and a bit of lack appeal? And I figured, well, if you got stuck, lost your other key, you'd probably prefer to have the key, wouldn't you? And that was in the walk around video. It was pointed out in the walk around video. Customer knows it's got that, so that shouldn't really be an issue. I've given another quick clean up because obviously I was driving around to get the keys. She is part exchanging a 2011 Peugeot 107 automatic, which already has a home, potentially, because I don't know what happened with this car, but the phone started ringing off the hook on it yesterday. I even had a lady from Cyprus come by to look to buy it, one of our subscribers, so you might be watching, watches from Cyprus, And she did make me laugh because her words were, for some reason, he trusts you. It was all in jest, I think. Yeah, anyway. Unfortunately, I had to tell her it was already sold because the deposit had been placed at that point. But I think I had another 2 other phone calls on it within that day. The chap that is buying potentially her trade-in wanted an automatic for his brother to learn to drive in. He knows Malcolm the painter. And in fact, when I rang him back and said, look, that's gone, I said, but I'll have one in that's potentially, it's a smaller car, but it'll be quite a bit cheaper. He said, actually, well, it's his first car. He's going to prang it up. I'd probably rather have had a cheaper car. And then it turns out he does a bit of spannering himself, and we're potentially doing a deal where he just takes it on a trade basis and does any fixes himself. So, yeah, all set to go out. I'm afraid, I don't think Joe shifted his Micra, so I think I've won this one. To win the second round, I need to get the i20 sold, and to do that, all I need to do is repair that bit of paint on the sill. I won't put it out to paint because it'll take weeks to come back, and I'm definitely losing the challenge. And I've got all the equipment I need to do that repair. It's only a minor ding on the sill. Get it down, get it MOT'd. I think it might need a wheel bearing potentially. I forget if it needs a service, but it's a fantastic car. I drove it again yesterday, didn't I? Somewhere, and I've never had one this new before. I really like the shape, and like all the other Hyundais I get in, it seems to be pretty bulletproof with that 1.2 in it. Yeah, all we need to do, you're not doing it, I'll be doing it, so all I need to do is get a bit of a pull on that bit of sill down the bottom here. The body line here is the same. I checked the other side, that body line is the same, that body line is the same, so it really is only that bit down there. If I weld some studs in here and then give them a pull, even the slide hammer might even do it, and give it a bit of a dap from underneath, paint it. The only thing I'm going to lose is this bit of sticker stuff. I might try and see if I can heat it, pull it off and then stick it back on again. Pull it and paint it, and then put some Schultzy stuff down here to match the rest of the stone chip. But once that's done, he says, when he's got so many other things that he hasn't got around to doing, this can go up for sale. And like I say, it's a cracking little car, so I shouldn't think I'll have too much problem selling that. Hopefully I can get 2 for 2 and not only beat Shifting Metal again, but beat the lovely car company too. There goes off the little Suzuki with one of our subscribers' daughter, well, it might be stepdaughter, I can't remember offhand, but yeah, many thanks for that, much appreciated. She's had a little test drive, she's all happy. She's left her little Peugeot 107 automatic with me. I've had a little run around the block. That seems to drive all right, and it's a bit more reassuring for me that it's come from a subscriber's daughter, to be honest, than any other private seller, because I'm sure it is going to be as described. But yeah, I've had a little run around the block. It goes with the gears fine, and I've used the manual change on it, which seems to go okay as well. But of course, first thing we're going to do on this wheelbase is what we're going to do. We're going to get under and have a quick look after our IGO issues. Well, there's no splits in the subframe. It looks pretty darn good actually. And the front subframe, I think it did have advisories for surface rust on it, but that was a lot better, that rear beam, than, mind you, can get much worse. I don't think I'm going to be able to get down here. It's too wet. No, it's too wet for me to get down there and too low. But yeah, I mean, it's a good little runner, and it'd be a nice little affordable one. I don't know if it's a retail one. We've got some paint, some rubbers coming off there. Something's going on here. I'm not quite sure what. And she did say it's had a bit of a leak in the boot, but that'll be that, no doubt. Always is on these, and it has been sealed up by the looks of it in the past, but that looks like it's cracking away. So it may well still be coming in through there. We've got some lacquer peel up here on the roof, which is very traditional with these. So I think, to be honest, we've got some slightly different yellows going on in the front here. This one is probably a car I will trade out. As I said in the previous video, we've got that chap who was looking for just a cheap little one for his brother. So perhaps we've got a bit of a dingage in the front wing there. Yeah, so perhaps we'll work out a deal with him and then just flip it that way. As always, massive thanks to subscribers that recommend the business or buy from the business or sell me their cars. Don't forget, you can go onto the website, cgcarsales.co.uk, fill in a form there if you're looking to sell your car. Just bear in mind, obviously, if you're a long way away, unfortunately transport costs probably kill it. It's about £50 per hour return journey, so if it's 2 hours to you and 2 hours back, it's a couple £100. And if you're up in London, or Liverpool, whatever. He's getting to £500 or £600. But yeah, massive thanks to everybody that supports the business. Really is appreciated. Now, I was going to run home because it's been so dry and nice all day in the MX-5 powered MGB, but I need to drop the Doblo off to Malcolm to sort out that front wing for me. And I've got to go and pick up another car that I've bought. Surprise, surprise, as fast as they come in, I buy more. But that's the game. You can't sell what you haven't got, can you? Oh, just a little point as well on the Suzuki that I've sold. Obviously, that means that I've beaten Joe at Shifting Metal to the sale first over his little micro. But not only that, today I also sold him 2 cars. So not only did I win the competition, I sold him 2 cars, because I sold the BMW to him and I sold the pickup truck I got into him as well. His pickup truck's gone, so that went to him as well. So yeah, not only has he got to eat humble pie from me selling first, but he's actually got to pay me cash as well. Love it. Now, don't forget the raffle for the 2014 Mini Cooper S Roadster Convertible, is that the full title, is now up and running at £2 per ticket. You can win this 47,000 mile Mini Cooper S with the soft top and the pop-up rear spoiler. It really is in fantastic condition, guys. The subscriber who just came along to get the Suzuki Swift with his daughter was pretty smitten as soon as he saw it in here and saw the kind of condition it's in.